Although a few patients are being treated for Ebola here in the U.S., at this point in time, we still have a better chance of catching the common cold. And let's try to avoid that as well, because we need to stay as healthy as we can. For the Omaha News, I'm Melissa Ring. So whether you're in a small town or a big city, danger can follow you at any time, any place. And the key thing is to keep your child safe. For the Omaha News, I'm Melissa Ring. For more information about Children's Respite Care Center, visit crccomaha.org.
We spend a lot of time in public health telling people to be scared of the next big one.
The Ebola outbreak is a legitimate concern, creating anxiety in Omaha. But given the medical facts, Dr. Ali Khan doesn't 100% believe the U.S. will be the next Ebola target.
Given what we know about this disease, that we are likely to see additional cases come into the United States, and we're likely for those cases potentially to infect a couple of other people.
Outbreaks are always going on in the world, and Dr. Khan stresses that supporting public health can prevent these diseases from spreading worldwide.
They can keep the spotlight on West Africa and saying, what's taking so long? Why have we not gotten all the necessary resources within that communities and within those communities to prevent disease?
While the spotlight should remain on West Africa, this is a deadly disease within our reach to control.
8 months later, we're still dealing with this outbreak that we know is transmitted from person to person, and we know what the methods are to help prevent transmission and break that chain of ongoing disease and prevent the disease. That's a tragedy in itself. Although a few patients are being treated for Ebola here in the U.S., at this point in time, we still have a better chance of catching the common cold. And let's try to avoid that as well, because we need to stay as healthy as we can. For the Omaha News, I'm Melissa Ring. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, or did he? That's why Minnesota Humanities hired one man to help change the Omaha public school curriculum.
So she took offense to the phrase black of his hand, right?
You want to know what that meant?
Minnesota Humanities hired Omawale Akintunde to work with OPS teachers to reconstruct the curriculum so it's more race and gender friendly. They believe making changes to this curriculum will benefit not only students, but the teachers.
Outside of the classroom, you know, you're noticing things that affect your own epistemology and your view of the world. And then you start to realize that even your own view of your classroom and what education should be and what's in that history book or what's in that math book or what's in that curriculum is written from someone else's epistemology.
Omawale meets with teachers from different sections of Omaha schools to discuss changes and different problems teachers are facing in the classroom. Though Omawale is honored to be a part of the OPS curriculum change, he says the process hasn't been easy.
Sometimes teachers can be resistant to the idea that they are perpetuating curricular and social bias through a curriculum when they feel that personally they're absent of these particular characteristics.
Changes are still currently taking place, and teachers want to enforce that OPS schools have the ability to change for the better of their students.
No, it's not going to work in OPS. We don't have the collaboration. We don't have this. But we do.
Akintunde is continuing to work with teachers at OPS schools holding monthly meetings. Omawale also works in the Department of Black Studies here at UNO and has special interests in education, race, and diversity. The November 4th midterm election has come to a close. Republican Ben Sasse has taken the seat for U.S. Senate, beating his Democratic opponent Dave Domina by a percentage of 61 to 36. Repealing the Affordable Care Act has been the main component of Sasse's platform. Sasse campaigned in all 93 counties to talk to the people of Nebraska, which fortunately for him, paid off.
And it is a tremendous honor for me to be chosen by the people of Nebraska to follow Mike Johans in the George Norris U.S. Senate seat.
Although Dave Domina conceded the election, he still says he's going to continue to fight on issues he believes in.
I said I'm a warrior, and I am. I don't think Nebraskans want to have Social Security put in the hands of bankers who should have been prosecuted, and they don't want Medicare emaciated, and they don't want Medicaid to be not expanded.
Domina may have taken a hit in this election, but his campaign staff say they did their best. And if they could do it all over again, they wouldn't change much.
Wouldn't do anything differently other than taking money out of politics. When you're outspent 10-1 and the other candidate has millions from people outside Nebraska, that's an issue. And you can't run a different kind of campaign and take outside money. We didn't play that game because we believe in what we say. 90% of our money was from Nebraskans because that's who we want to represent.
Domina's election wasn't won, but believes he's learned a lot and has started a good and heartfelt campaign people are going to want in the future.
Our new message needs to be that government needs to be by people. It cannot be by corporations.
We know we had the best candidate and we ran the most honorable race.